how to grade your students, how to grade exercises that you have assigned your students to take. There are two important conditions that need to be fulfilled before you can actually start grading your students, and both of these conditions have been covered in two previous video tutorials. Number one is you need to have created a class that your students can enroll into, and number two, you need to have granted access to the folder that contains these exercises for your class. So your class needs to get access to the folder that contains the exercises. Once you have fulfilled these two conditions, you can go to My Data, Grade Quizzes. Now you select the class that you're teaching and that contains the exercises that your students took. In my case, I'm just using as an example the OTST 552 Hebrew course that I'm teaching this fall. You can then define the time slot in which your students have taken the exercise. The default are the prior 7 days. I'm recording this tutorial on August the 20th. So you see that by default, the last 7 days are being covered here. If you are having an exercise that you made available to your students to take over a longer period of time, you can just change here month and day accordingly. So for example, here now we're having a period of 20 days in which the students got access to the exercise. Then you select the exercise that your students have taken. Basically, you see here now all the exercises that are contained in the folder that you've granted access to. So let's pick up here simple vocab exercise as an example. Now, as a next step, you can select the grade system. Since we are here at Andrews University, we're using the US letter grading. And then there's an important next feature that I want you to be aware of, namely you can set a maximum average time per answer. So this is a vocab exercise. That means if you see a Hebrew word, you can define how much time you grant your student to type in the appropriate English gloss for that Hebrew word that they are seeing. Let's say 10 seconds. That's a time frame that I select usually for my students. 10 seconds is just enough time to prevent students from not looking up their words in a dictionary list or on a word list, but it's plenty enough of time to type in the English gloss even if you're not a native English speaker. So 10 seconds to me is a good rule that has worked in the past. So let's put in here 10 seconds and then you click on OK. So now you see the students that are enrolled in this class. We have student glance and we have amygdala glance in this class. At the bottom you see their results having taken that exercise. What you will see is that the best run is always shown on top. You see here student glance, for example, had a run on the 20th of August with 91% correct answers. That translates into an A- grade. You click on details and now you see that student glance took that exercise actually twice. In a previous run he had 68% correct and he got a according C grade. Now amygdala glance has taken the exercise also on the 20th and received a grade of 94%. If you look at the details, that student took the exercise actually 3 times, starting with a B+, then going to an A-, and then having a better A- score. So if you want to quickly get an overview on the best runs of your student, just don't click on details. They will be listed here and only their best run is seen. If you want to get into the details of what has been done right or wrong, you can click on the hyperlinked grade and a new window will open, giving you access to the exact results, the exact answers that the student has provided. Keep in mind that this is taking quite a while until it's loading. Once it's loaded, it's fast, but take a couple of seconds until this is loaded, so you need to have some patience with this. We're trying to improve the efficiency of the code here in the next couple of weeks, but as for now, it takes a while until it's loaded. Now you see here the scores of amygdala glance in this particular run. She got a lot of things right. You see here on in the column right wrong, 1 resembles or stands for correct answer, 0 stands for wrong answer. So let's see where she got a wrong answer. Here, the word all, she translated with above, but actually it should have been on or up on. At least this is what is recorded in the dictionary list that has been provided. Or here the word na'ar, she translated as boy, but it's actually young boy, youth, lad. And now this information, the statistical information, is not just available to you as an instructor, but also obviously to the student, so that in this case Migdali can look up her own results and improve on her wrong answers. This is how you grade your students.